Your next comic is a very, very funny man. Let me give you a little bit of his background. His hobbies include alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Let's give it up real big for Mr. Sal Espana.
How about some gratuitous applause for Ali, ladies and gentlemen? Everyone here having a good time? Who doesn't like rhetorical questions? Don't answer that. I hate it when a cop comes out and starts asking the audience questions. Are you with me on this? How many of you refuse to answer this very question I'm asking right now? I'd say about half of you. Every time I walk up on stage, I get the feeling people are looking at me like, what the hell happened to this guy? So I'll tell you, because it's the law. I suffered a spinal cord injury when I was shot in the neck. I don't recommend it. It's a room killer. And it's my opener every night for the rest of my career. I was living in LA at the time, but it's not what you think. I wasn't a gang member. Thanks for that vote for comedy. I wasn't a gang member, but now I'm a crip. I'm part Native American. I'm a member of the Pachinko tribe. We don't have a reservation, we just kind of bounce around from place to place. But we got balls. I found out I'm Jewish. I discovered I was Jewish and I realized somebody had chopped off part of my penis. I don't remember voting. Any of you who have young male children know that when the male's born, the penis is only about that big. Okay, not to brag, mine was like that big. But the part they cut off is a huge percentage of the original. And this, from a religion that takes a natural calf off one hand, puts an artificial calf on the other. Which leads me to this. Do they play Wheel of Fortune in Israel? Because there are no vowels in Hebrew. Not that anybody in Israel would ever buy one. Thank you. I wasn't breastfed as a child, so I'm entering the nursing program at San Jose State. Anybody want to be a lab partner? Seriously, I have a test next week. I need a tutor, or a pair of tutors would be ideal. You guys have all heard of PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals? I'm starting my own group, People for the Unethical Treatment of Animals. We're called PUTA. I have to make a confession. I recently suffered a bout of ED, erectile dysfunction. It's the only time it's ever happened, I swear to God. And I could have gone for one of those pills like Viagra, but I don't like to put chemicals in my body. So I went to my doctor. I said, is there a more natural homeopathic cure? He goes, yeah, there is. Try dating attractive women. Works like a charm. It couldn't be me. This is cool. This week I got my jury duty summons. I like doing jury duty. I know that's weird. Some people will do anything to get out of doing jury duty. Then sit home and watch court TV all day. Seriously, what is jury duty? It's time off of work so you can spend one day reading, one day listening to testimony, then you weigh the evidence in your mind, compare your skin color to the defendants, and decide the guilty. You know, police departments across the country use dental records to identify victims of homicide. This must really frustrate the cops in Mississippi. You imagine working CSI Biloxi? They'd be like, I got nothing. You've all heard that phrase, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? That's why I never see my kids. I don't know if you saw this on the news. In Santa Cruz, there's a marijuana seizure. Yeah. I've smoked a lot of pot. I've never had a fucking seizure. Maybe I'm not getting good shit. I'm beginning to think that driving a large vehicle makes you illiterate. How else can you explain all these SUVs parked in spaces marked compact? Maybe they think it's a verb. Compact! Any Star Trek fans? Something I never noticed before. There are no turn signals on the Starship Enterprise. But you know, with Mr. Sulu driving, they weren't going to use them anyway. Let it out. Did you have to explain that to her? That's actually good for her. You know, when I was in college, I was forced to take 2 years of a foreign language. And I debated what language to take, so I figured I'd take the easiest possible language. So I took Spanish. Because how hard can Spanish be if Mexican children can speak it? Hijo de puta! It's an old cliche, but I like my woman like I like my coffee. Weak, bitter, and from Colombia. Right to the last one. Thank you. I am monogamous. That should count for something, because let's face it, ladies, most guys can't even spell monogamous. And when I say monogamous, it just means I've never had a menage a trois. You know, it's supposed to be every guy's fantasy to be with 2 women at the same time, and I can understand the fantasy, but I can also understand the reality, because if I was ever with 2 women at the same time, they'd both be complaining. Sometimes, this is scary, sometimes a menage a trois is 1 woman and 2 guys. What kind of homophobic denial is this shit? Guys, here's a clue. If you're having sex and there's another naked man in bed with you, you're gay. That's pretty much the definition. It's like smoking cigarettes with a filter. Your lips aren't touching the tobacco, but you're still sucking smoke.